Yeah, yeah, Walkman back. And I'm here to give you a quick review, recap, whatever you want to call it, Dynamite for the March 16th, 2022. So we kick off with a six-man tag or a trios match. The former Undisputed Era, Red Dragon and Adam Cole versus the Lucha Express, the Jurassic Express. I'm sorry, Lucha. Which the tag team champions were and the WWE champion and Adam Hangman Page. Great match. Triple Moonsault was one of the spots of the night. I think it was all three. Jungle Boy had hit one onto forgot which member it was of Red Dragon. Adam Page had one outside, and then Lucha was on the opposite side. So Adam Page and Lucha went this way. Jungle Boy went inside. So spot I'm quite sure it might have had happened at an indie show, but I've never seen that before. Spot of the night. But somebody had to lose here, and I'm wondering. I wonder if this is building the conflict with Adam and the Dark Order. I'm not sure why. Is he trying to? Is he still? Why is he still hesitant? Like he was on board for the with them helping, but it's like, and I understand it. The last week they had volunteered, but he had already saw Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and apparently in the hallway before he even came back there to apologize to the Dark Order. Because during the Revolution match, they were trying to they came out to even the odds because Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fischer was out there fucking with him, and so they came out to even the odds, and he got kind of during the whole scuffle, struggle. He got wound up pushing and retired and pushing back the Dark Order. The Dark Order went ahead and like went ahead. That was went ahead and they fought off Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fischer, ultimately helping out Adam Hangman Page, but I should just call him the Hangman. But so I wonder if this is leading to I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I know it means something. They don't. The one thing about storylines, they don't drop it, and it doesn't, and that doesn't necessarily pays off right away. You just gotta be patient, and just like with any story, you have to read until the end. You know, it's like people. I've never gotten that. There's been people who say who say you read novels, they'll read the end first and then go back to where they're at. Like what the fuck? I never got that. And there's people who actually do that on a regular basis. I don't get that. They read the end and no, you're supposed to. Things are supposed to be done in order. I can see reading through certain things, maybe even skipping a page or two, maybe. Nah, reading the end and then going back, like, what's the fucking point? But so I'm very patient with stuff like this, especially with how they've been. It's like it's like we're gonna get there. I might have jumped ahead, but you probably are. It's been a year since the last St. Patrick's Day Slam. Their first one was last year. That's when Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa had the unsanctioned match, which Thunder Rosa ultimately wound up winning, but it didn't count because it was unsanctioned. But she did win, because it was months, a couple of months of Ruby and Britt fucking with her and making and causing her to lose and shit. So this was like her ultimate revenge, and it was a great match of the year. It was voted by match of the year. And I forgot which wrestling magazine it was, but the one so that's the main event tonight. It's gonna be them in the steel cage, and they're in San Antonio. That's San Antonio, Texas. That's where Thunder Rosa lives. That's where she resides now. So she's originally from Mexico. So anyway, so my point in when I was bringing that up is like it would have made somebody mentioned this. It seemed like it would make more sense to have an tag team champs lose, which it doesn't happen often. But I can see why like you having your champions lose on television does seem kind of fucked up. I think it should have been more interference, maybe more nefarious I thought there would be more nefarious means of the pinfall. Maybe even a couple of multiple like finishers on the Jungle Boy, but it was like one move where ultimately he Adam Cole and look, I kind of get why it happened. Like so, Adam Cole lowers the boom, puts down the knee, the knee to the back of the head is his finisher, and I can see why he kind of did it because ultimately during the feud when he first got here, he was feuding with Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy wound up winning that triple threat. It was the Jurassic Express, um, Christian Cage versus Adam Page and Bobby. No, Adam Page and because Kyle Riley wasn't there yet, so it was Adam Page versus and the Young Bucks, and he wound up was it he gave it was one of the Young Bucks actually. Is either one of the Young Bucks or no, I think it was because he gave him a concerto. He gave him um I'm sorry, I'm blanking here, but I know it was Jungle Boy. He wound up winning the match. He wound up hitting, I believe it was Adam Cole. It might have been Matt. It might have actually been Matt. It could have been Matt for the Young Bucks. Yeah, it might have been. But he wound up winning ultimately. So him losing here was kind of like necessary, not necessarily 50-50 booking. They really don't do that. Because people say like ultimately with if you've been following, I'm hoping you have. Ultimately, he like with the MGF and CM Punk stuff. Ultimately, CM Punk did lose twice in Chicago, and so he won this one time, and he did not look and MGF did not look weak in it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't because he first of all he hit the chain, he hit the GTS, and he got hit with the ring on top of that, and he got so yeah. I mean, it's been several times where you think he was going to lose and he didn't. He still didn't. Cody still didn't beat him that first time. You thought he was going to after all that shit that Cody went through to get to him. He still didn't beat him. It's like so. It's like it's not a foregone conclusion that the so-called good guy is always going to win. You know, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? It's still unpredictable. He's like, oh well, he has to win. Like he's in his city, he's in his hometown, he's got to win. Like no. Like every that was a ballsy ass move to have him lose in Chicago, CM Punk. Okay, going to the next match. Okay, yes, like I said, the Red Dragon and Adam Cole win the first match. Second match is going off by memory. I'm trying to go get this best anything interesting. I'll mention it. Like I said, Spot of the Night triple moonsault from the first um second match is yeah, it was yeah, it was um well, the team of Brian Danielson and yeah, it was Brian Danielson and John Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta and Chucky T, the best friends of the best friends group. Great. The point towards the end, Wheeler Yuta started fight. He was down on his knees, taking those kicks from one of the yes kicks as they were called in the WWE. He was taking those kicks from Daniel Bryan. He started firing up. You see the veins in his neck. He started getting up. He was like, "Come on, give it to me, right?" So he started. He got with because of this, because it's pure wrestling and his tenacity. He started getting chants, Willie Yuta chants from the crowd. So but he ultimately he kicked him down, tagged Moxley, and Moxley gave him a bulldog choke, and he slowly started fading. He tapped out slow as play. It wasn't like he tapped out. He was like, yeah, I'm going out. He was fading, and so they win. Moxley and Danielson they're going up the ramp. The best friends and them. Willa Yuta looks back and he goes back to the ring because well William Regal was on commentary after they won. He comes down the ramp from commentary, kind of like congratulates them, and then he goes back in. Willer, Mr. Yuta goes back in, tries to goes for a handshake. William Regal smacks the piss out of him, right? So he didn't back down. He gets right in William's face, and then Danielson and then Moxley flanks William. And the only thing I could hear, they weren't mic'd up, but you can hear. But the cameras have mics, and you can so you can hear. Okay, why don't you? So you hear it has English accent. Well, Yuta say. I mean, you hear Regal say to Yuta, maybe you should go now before something else bad happens. Go ahead. So he kind of so I'm hoping this is his first. This is going to be. I mean, I'm not saying I don't think. I'm not saying I want Yuta to leave the best friends completely, but it'd be nice to see who's going to be the first one to join the group. I don't know what they're going to have, a faction name or what, but it'll be nice to see if that's him, because he was actually literally trained by Chucky T and Orange Cassidy. Wheeler was, so it'd be nice to see who's to be the first one to join. Next, let me see. Now, FTR. This is probably out of order. FTR last week fired Tully Blanchard because they said he lost focus after they lost the tag belts, and Shivani's back. Is it Shivani? Shivani's back there interviewing now. Sorry, and Shivani's back there interviewing him, and they get interrupted by the Young Bucks. So apparently, because I didn't notice. I didn't notice, but apparently FTR tweeted Bret Hart because it gets to be the new manager, because Matt Jackson said, so you want to try to get the best there ever was to try to come in and help you out, but you still be I'm paraphrasing, but you still will only be the second best tag team in this company. How does that feel? And he walked away. But so apparently they're trying to get. I guess they're going to be Bret Hart's going to possibly be their new manager, which I'm on board for. I'm just wondering did Telly ultimately get tired of it or what, or he just got tired of the travel. I don't know, but it was nice. He was a nice. Hey, that one little match he had, he could go. I mean, not almost on I think Sting's still on a higher level, but yeah, he still he went with that little match he did have, that trios match he had that a few months ago. The next match was I'm hoping I'm going to remembering it in the right order, was there was a TNT title match. No. Yeah, TNT title. Warlow versus Scorpio Sky. Ultimately, like I thought, first Sean Spears comes down. He gives three power bombs. He started the symphony. He gives 3 power bombs to and it was a good back and forth. But at this point, that's what I'm going towards the end. He gives 3. He usually do 4 power bombs, and then he puts his foot down over it on the person's chest. But he got to 3. Dan Lambert had got on the apron, distracted the referee and Wardlow. Scorpio rolled out. Wardlow goes out. They're gonna put him back into the ring. Sean Spears comes down with 2 chairs in each hand. He's dragging them slowly. So Wardlow's like, "Come on." And so the referee's like, get back in the ring, get back in the ring, focus, get back in the ring, right? So he finally gets back in the ring. He throws Scorpio in, and as it goes in, now Sean is now got the attention of the referee after Wardlow go back towards the ring. He's facing it. He has his back to the ring. The referee does. So he's looking at Scorpio. He's looking at Sean Spears. He's telling him to go. So while this is happening, out the crowd. MJF comes out, pushes Wardlow, and his head and face goes into the into the not the turnbuckle, the ring post, which is the actual hardest part of the ring. So he's dazed like a motherfucker, right? He pushes him. MJF pushes him back into the ring, and then Scorpio, like I said, got pushed. He got thrown back in the ring by Wardlow. He's already in the ring, so he rolls up. He goes ahead and rolls up high stack Wardlow, and he wins. He retains his championship. Then there's a three. Then there's a beat down. He Wardlow. I mean, Sean Spear hits him with the chair, and then he lines him up with that ring. The ring which is twice the size of the original. This brand new Dynamite doesn't ring. He hits him square in the face. So he he gives Dan Lambert an envelope with cash. It's a payoff. This was all planned. So good storytelling. Like it's not like okay, well they're all bad guys, so they're just all gonna join up. No, it was a payoff. So all right, the next I'm in it was 5. Oh, Hardy Boys make the against the Private Party. It was great. They were hot. They were over in San Antonio, and they were Swanton. Of course he gets the Swanton tag to Jeff. Swanton bombs kind of like academic. It wasn't a short match by any means. We'll just win about one commercial break's worth. So yeah, this is the win about at least 12, 15 minutes. Nice tag team match. Good. They got good offense. Private Party did, and after they won, the Hardys just came out. Not the Hardy Boys, the Hardys, which still has a good ring to it. The AHFO Andrade home family, the Andrade family office, family office, Andrade family office, AFO comes out with the butcher and which is the butcher and the blade and the bunny and his assistant. They surround the ring, and then of course Darby and Sting comes out to even the odds. Darby has a skateboard in his hand, and Sting has his baseball bat. And so they slide into the ring. So they wait for they fend them off. And so I'm wondering if it's going to be a 4-4 match or what, but this is going to happen at some point. So yeah, like I said, the cage match was great. I just wish I honestly think they should have gave him a little bit more time. That's my only gripe. I think they needed at least, if you had an extra 5 minutes, it would have been, but it was still good. It was still good. I would just need a little bit more time, but it was still good because it looked like it's. But that's my only gripe. That's it. And so the Thumbtacks was introduced. Chairs once again, just like the Unsaged match. Britt and Thunder Rosa she got back body drop. Thunder Rosa did into this. She's the first one to go into the Thumbtacks. Both of them bled from the forehead. Wasn't profusely, but it was just enough. Nice color. It was enough. It wasn't nothing like overwhelming. Like I think Dustin Rhodes was always going to have the grand prize for. If it was a prize, it would be Dustin Rhodes and Eddie Guerrero when he took that chair shot from JBL. That was fucking ridiculous. Like the mat looked like someone just. It looked like he spilled a bucket of paint in that. But those are like the two bloodiest ones that I can know off mainstream, like. Bleeding, yeah. He opened anyway. Great match, worth watching again. She winds up, hitting the Fire Thunder driver onto where the main part. Everybody, they both had thumbtacks in them anyway, but she winds up hitting the Fire Thunder driver onto the tacks and pins her, and she gets the newly designed belt. and I like the fact that they made it a little bigger, you know, on par with the size of the AEW Championship and the TBS and the TNT Championship. So I fucks with it. It's nice, still it's way, but you know, as long as they keep it like they don't have generically bullshit like the WWE titles. Hey, look, this is the same title, different color, and it's just slightly smaller. That's bullshit. Anyway, that I can rant on that another time. Fuck, but good show. Like solid wrestling, good entertainment, flowed very well. So yeah, I'm gonna put like I said in the previous video, I'm gonna put my review of Take a Look in the Mirror from Korn on there. It's already up on one of my other channels. I'm gonna put it on here. Put part 1, 2, and then my last part that I have on there is 3 tracks on there. You know, I haven't got through the whole album yet. But take a look in the mirror. If you like Korn, if you like metal, it's my review of it. It's actually one of my favorite bands, legit. I've seen them 7 times live, so check it out. All right, so like, share, subscribe, and let me know of any good wrestling matches I should check out. Indies or whatever. I have no problem checking out good wrestling. I like good wrestling, I like good storytelling. I just hate repetitive bullshit. Okay, later.